Mr. Royal Lord of Connections. Let's move on to connections and hear those connections.
Yes.
Connections.
This week's version of Connections is brought to you by the Composition Notebook. Get you one. Put your thoughts in it. Put your mind in it. And you know what? Most importantly, put your behind in it. And I mean your ass, because if you don't, you'll be out on your ass.
Popping ass open.
I like that. I like that. You brought up an acronym that I had never used, but I knew exactly what you were talking about last week. JCVD. That was a JCVD reference, the Universal Soldier shirt that Danny McBride wears in the film.
I did not notice the Universal Soldier shirt. That's awesome.
No, because that was like my fourth degree of separation from I initially started with the opening of the film. The film opens with a I have it right here. I call it the Stallone Schwarzenegger opening. The opening of the film. I'm talking about the true opening of the film when they put them in the as Nick Nolte says, they do a Predator and a Rambo and even a Platoon opening when they come into the whole jungle and everything. And I'm like, oh. And so as I was writing those things down, I'm looking at Danny McBride, and he has on this Universal Soldier shirt, which is still a callback to the Predator because John Claude Van Damme was the original Predator in the suit. Guys, listen, hey, I don't know how much you're paying for tuition, but you can't afford us. So with that being said, also I wanted to bring this up very much so like my connections went really. Oh, let's talk about this as well. Now, Iron Man dressed as Black Panther. What I mean by that, after the 1 week party, Robert Downey Jr., who plays Iron Man, is talking to the director, Damian Cockburn. He's like, hey, listen, I'll be on the first thing smoking. Get it? Hey, you pay the bastard. Like, he's saying all these things to him, but I'm looking at him. He's dressed like a Black Panther. So there's my Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. has transcended from everything to Iron Man. Now he's Black Panther. Like, goddamn. And not only that, later on, they show him in that first scene when they get dropped in the his helmet, the callback to, I like to think of Full Metal Jacket, where they all had either Joker or some crazy his helmet has the big black fist on it. I'm like, what it's blowing my fucking mind. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if you're prepared to know how far I've went. Look at me. I'm working for the show, brother. I'm not done, brother. We're still not there. Don't look at my notes. Just blind your eyes. Oh, Jesus Christ. We had just talked about this. Remember what we were talking about this week? You like, I had not seen, and this is confession to the show, full transparency. I don't feel bad saying this. You're saying that as big as a film nerd as you are, a film student, that you had never seen the Mission Impossibles. And there's certain things I haven't seen as well. But I don't think you can appreciate this reference right here. But you can appreciate it because Tom Cruise would say this, but it's all Mission Impossible. They're playing on the play. He says after he talks to the flaming dragon, and he hangs up the phone and says the most craziest, disrespectful shit ever. He looks at everybody and says, "We don't negotiate with terrorists." Like, bro, he went back to that's him in every Mission Impossible. Like, what the f*** are you saying?
She said it so proudly too.
We don't negotiate, and everybody's just.
And the way he looks around at everybody too, like for the applause, like, yes, I did something admirable.
David, I'm stepping it up even another level. There's no way I can connect. I'm gonna get you, sucker, and Tropic Thunder.
Yeah,
there's no way. Have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
And I'm gonna with you. What did old boy tell him when he was like, "Hey man," he was like, Nick Nolte, I've never been outside the country. Danny McBride was like, what the f-? He's like, I wrote the book. I was a patriot. Damn, he's like, what did you do? I was in the Coast Guard, sanitation duty. Oh, so I couldn't do it, David? I'm gonna get you, sucker. I thought you said, oh hell, I'm never a secretary. We used to play paper football. He's like, yeah, I used to do it too. That's what I got that voice. There you go. There's your connection, man. I am, man. Hey, you ever wonder what point you gotta stop living up here? Start living down here. Hold on, I know I'm running high. I know I'm running long, brother, but I'm sorry. Jesus, man. Hey, my last one that I really brought, because listen, guys, I understand Predator 2 didn't get to make the season, but I didn't mean to make this connection. It just kind of happened here. But here's the thing. I know he's thinking there is no fucking way Target is finna to pull Predator 2. He just did. I'm gonna get you, sucker, and all this other shit. But Predator 2, yes, there is a reference. How, David? I'll tell you how.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. I'm not going to get too deep into it because it goes to one of the other categories, but I'll just say this. Nick Nolte. In Predator 2, Nick Nolte says that Nick Nolte is a special agent, and they've been studying the events of what happened from Predator 1 about what happened in the jungle. Those events happen around the late 60s, early 70s, maybe 80s. So in Tropic Thunder, Nick Nolte, of course, is old as hell, but it's a great cameo that he does. Not even a cameo because he's in it more than that. But he says this is a book of that. He's writing a book about what happened out of all these people. There were, you hear in the beginning of the movie, there were so many people that 10 people went, 4 people came back, 3 wrote a book. This is the one person who attempted to. So he's a storyteller. So my point is this: if he's telling the story of Tropic Thunder, maybe he was telling the story of Predator as well, because in Predator 2, he's saying, "Hey, we've been studying this. I was in the, like, he's been in the jungle." Like, oh, so you're a storyteller, but we'll get into that later. So
yeah,
that's my connection.
I like where you're going with that.
Oh, I'm not done yet. I'll get there later.
As will I, because that's a perfect segue. Awesome connections, by the way.
Thank you.
Plethora.
I couldn't stop, man. I couldn't. What do you want me to do?
No, I like it.
Why don't you subscribe? It'll last longer.